I think we can all agree that Cristiano Ronaldo has absolutely finished. Not even Madeira Day could save Cristiano Ronaldo. The seventh minute, the free kicks, he can't leap as high as he used to. He offers nothing to the team as far as adapting his play to his age. He can't jump as high as he can for crosses from his teammates. He stays around in the box. He's waiting for a teammate to cross him the ball. He really doesn't get himself involved in the pressing aspect of the game. We've seen it with Man United and Juventus. Not even Madeira Day could save Cristiano Ronaldo. He is absolutely finished. We are just going to have to accept that he's had a tremendous work ethic, and that is to be admired. But the character and the pride and the arrogance, all of that stuff, this this is where he is ruining it for himself. Will he at least retire with some resemblance of dignity left? Will he retire to not hurt Portugal any more than what he's doing right now today? Knowing that he's limited, he is slower, he's lost the pace, he can't press, you're playing down the 10 men. You see, when you're not getting involved in the pressing aspect of the game, when you've lost your speed, you're making it easier for the opposition. It's one less player to worry about. Losing your leaping ability. It seems like he is not a magician like Lionel Messi who can still impact the game even when he's lost his speed with this dribbling. So, unfortunately, it is time to retire with a little bit of dignity left. Will he retire with dignity after the Euro? Well, let's just say this: if he's really stubborn, if he does not want to admit it anymore, he'll play till the 2026 World Cup. But after scoring 0 goals, being completely washed up on Madeira Day against, he is absolutely finished. And the Camel League is a joke league. Saudi Arabia is a fifth-rate league. Scoring 30, 40 goals in Saudi Arabia doesn't mean anything. How did Mitrovic do in the Euro? He didn't do anything. You're not playing against the top competition in Saudi Arabia. You're just not. So playing Saudi Arabia is not getting you ready by playing against the top competition. It doesn't get you ready. But these are the perfect ingredients for Ronaldo's career to end. Only one. I don't know how many knockout goals he's had in the Euros. He had one against Wales. I'm not sure about 2008 and 2004. I don't know if it was just one knockout goal against Wales, but pretty much he disappears in the knockout stage. Except I don't know if the goal against Wales was a penalty or not. Was it a penalty? But basically, he's been very selfish. He should have rested against Georgia. He didn't rest against Georgia because he only plays for goals. It's not about the team. It's about Cristiano Ronaldo. And he hasn't scored a free kick in like 5 or 6 years, but he still insists on taking the free kicks. He's hurting Portugal. One point in the game, there was a bad view, but Portugal had a free kick just outside the box, but it was a very low percentage area where the ball was placed at. Ronaldo, he took the free kick. What should he have done? He should have crossed it into the box over there. But no, he takes a wild shot. He should have crossed it into the box. You're not going to make a free kick from near the corner, kind of over by the touch line, on the obstructed view by the corner of the goalpost, he's hurting his team. And I think after a performance like today, I think there's some hope that he can at least retire after Thursday against France. He should be able to retire. It's time to move on to the next generation. You've lost your speed. Find someone who's younger, who's got some legs. Help out your country. Don't hurt your country anymore. He should not be playing at the World Cup. He is finished at the top level. His merit today does not make him qualified. You cannot continue to live off of past accomplishments. He was a great player for Portugal in Real Madrid and what have you. But the fact is, he is not performing at the top level anymore, and it's time for Ronaldo to retire. He will not be able to perform well in 2026. Is he the spoiled, petulant man-child that he is? Kicking water bottles, stomping on the ground when he got substituted against Georgia. Doesn't seem like he's capable of growing up. I don't think he's capable of saying no. He can't take no as an answer. He really is a petulant, spoiled man baby. The way he acted against Georgia. I think the goalkeeper, he just made a great save right there. I mean, but all of us knew that if he was washed up, he was going to get a chance to get a penalty, and he missed. Old Black just happened to make a great save. And he made no difference in the game whatsoever. All I've seen was a washed-up player. It really is. I just don't have any confidence that he'll be able to retire with some dignity left. Of just saying that my time is up. Being a great player is knowing when your time is up. It's retiring at the right time. This is the right time for him to retire. Pepe almost got beat by a Slovenia player. How do you think Pepe's going to do against Kylian Mbappe? He's another guy who should retire too. These are the perfect ingredients. Mbappe beat Messi, Argentina, before Messi and Argentina defeated him in the World Cup. Now Mbappe can beat Ronaldo for the first time in his career, beat his childhood idol, passing the torch over, or the torch has been passed a long time ago, 2022 World Cup final. But this was a terrible performance. They had no clue how to break through Slovenia. Do you think France are going to defend the same way that Slovenia is? Yes, because they will neutralize Cristiano Ronaldo. This Portugal team they struggled against Slovenia. I know how France are going to play. They will settle for 1-2-0. What they should absolutely do, no matter what, have Mbappe hovering around Pepe, because I think his legs are gone too. This is revenge, sweet revenge. Ronaldo's career, payback the 2016 European Championship final. Perfect ingredients for a French revenge scenario against Portugal. But then, let's see, France can't play on July the 10th because they're on the other side of the bracket. It would have been well, actually, July the 9th is a day of bad omens for France because they lost the World Cup on July the 9th against Italy at the Olympia Stadion. So I don't know what days they played in 2016 when they went deep into the Euro. July 7th, July 8th, July 9th. But July 9th, July 10th are bad days for France because they lost the Euro final on July the 10th. They lost the World Cup final on July the 9th. So a France semifinal, just when they do make the semifinal, these are going to be bad days. But when it comes down to it, I trust Didier Deschamps over Roberto Martinez. This is what it comes down to. France haven't played great. They're rubbish. Yes, they're up against Roberto Martinez and washed up Cristiano Ronaldo. They're playing with 10 men. I think they'll be okay, at least for another round, I believe. But from Portugal today, after this performance today, At least France, they got 17, 18, 19, how many shots they had for the game. Portugal hardly did anything. But what was the final stat total for Portugal? In this game today, was the final stat compilation? Okay, 20 shots, 6 on target, but I mean, it doesn't feel like that. Okay, they had 73% possession. So, when they had 73% possession, it felt like chances weren't coming as often. And I don't think France had like 70% possession today. But his career is over. It's been a great career for Cristiano Ronaldo. There's nothing to be ashamed of. The only thing that should be ashamed of is his childish, petulant, crybaby behavior. Needs to be more of a leader. He shouldn't be taking all the free kicks. He should not be playing in the 2026 World Cup. When he scores 0 goals against France, is he going to retire? And one thing Ronaldo doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to retire first before Lionel Messi. I think Messi's going to live rent-free in the back of his head. He's just so stubborn. He's going to want to play until 2026. Is the Portuguese Federation capable of saying, no, we need to move on from Cristiano Ronaldo? He's going to destroy Portugal until he can no longer walk. He'll never play off the bench. He'll never play off the bench. He's only making it worse for himself. He should just retire before he makes things worse. Really. You have to retire at the right time. He's finished. I've seen a finished player who couldn't even be saved a day. It's over. It's been a great career. France are going to beat Portugal and rubbish Roberto Martinez. Great career, but his on-field, off-field antics, slapping the phone out of the kid's hands while he was at Manchester, the whole look at me narcissistic interview with Piers Morgan for the World Cup. I mean, this guy's a petulant man-child. He's so narcissistic. Nobody can convince Ronaldo to change his mind. Narcissists can be their worst enemy. They don't care what others think. They won't listen to their advice. Cristiano only listen to Cristiano. He is very close to retirement. Today is becoming closer and closer and closer to reality. If he can't do well against Slovenia, how do you think he's going to do against France? It's not going to change. He's finished. It's been a great career. Time to move on. One of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the game, one of the all-time legends of the game, needs to move on. Needs to save whatever dignity he has left. This is my advice right after the inevitable against France. Time to retire with some dignity. Now, if Portugal do lose, is he going to cry like it's the last game of his career? I mean, that's going to be it. Like, he reacted, obviously, like it was his last chance to win the World Cup. I mean, is he going to play at the World Cup? I don't know. He can't impact the game the same way that he did in the past. He's past it. Is he capable of handing the keys over to younger players on Portugal? I've yet to see it. But if he struggles against France, it may be time for Ronaldo to reconsider before it's too late.